Hello, my name is ALLIE DUZETT. I'm a professional intuitive, and this is a quick video about the chakras. I'm going to start up my my presentation. Understanding chakras. Okay. So chakras are a part of our energetic anatomy. This is parts of our body that are invisible to the naked eye for most people. And I actually do believe that everyone is capable of seeing all parts of the energetic anatomy, but it does take some amount of training. There are many parts to our energetic anatomy. We have an aura, meridians, energetic organs. For example, you have your regular liver, but you also have a corresponding energetic liver. We have energy manufacturing systems that you may have learned about in one of my previous videos. And we have chakras. And we have lots of other things, but today we're talking about chakras. What is a chakra? The word chakra is actually Sanskrit for ball. And the chakras look like balls. They're energy vortices. They're balls of energy that record information. Each different chakra records a different type of information, and the 7 primary chakras correspond to the colors of the rainbow. So this is one example of chakras in the scriptures. In Ezekiel 1, Ezekiel has a vision of living creatures that have wheels. The appearance of the wheels and their work was likened to the color of a beryl. And whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Now I highlighted verse 20, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, so is the appearance of the brightness round about. So that really stood out to me when I was studying chakras and the gospel, because Here he's comparing these wheels, the spirit, he's saying the spirit of the living creature is in these wheels, and the wheels look like a rainbow. And the chakras do correspond to the colors of the rainbow, so that is really fascinating. There are 7 primary cerebrospinal chakras. Cerebrospinal means that they are along the spine and your head. But there are actually many, many, many chakras. There are probably hundreds, if not thousands. I don't know that anyone's ever capped the number of chakras. For example, your knee has its own chakra. Your ankle has its own ankle chakra. Your ears have their own chakras. There are many, many chakras. Some systems use 10 chakras or 12 chakras or 21 primary chakras. Depending on what kind of energy worker you visit, you might have somebody that works with any number of chakras in their normal system, but it just depends on who you see and how much they know about chakras. So this is the location of the primary chakras. From the bottom to the top, we have the root right there at the base of the spine, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra. It's almost too pale on this picture, but it's there. And then above that, we have the third eye, and then we have the crown chakra. So I'm going to explain what each of these does. So the root chakra is located at the base of the spine. It's our first chakra, and that is kind of the modulator between the body and the spirit in a lot of ways. It's where energy kind of enters the system. The root chakra deals with issues of survival, food, water, reproduction, appetites, sleep, stress, physical health. All of these things are very root chakra oriented. So this is not a presentation about Kundalini, but if you have heard of Kundalini and Kundalini Rise has to rise out of the root chakra and go up the spine through all of the chakras. And so most people's Kundalini never ever escapes the root chakra, because, and if you look at people, you can see how this is so, because most people never break out of their obsession with, am I going to have enough food? Am I going to have enough water? Do I get enough sleep? They're very much caught up in the physical health and appetite area of their body. their physiology, their psychology is just very much into these issues of survival. And so as the Kundalini rises up the spine, this is one reason why you want a raised Kundalini, you find that your energies rise up through the chakras to focus on different things until it culminates in the crown, and you are enlightened and la la la. Raising your Kundalini is really only the first step, but that is, again, the topic for another course. Back to the root chakra. The root chakra is associated with the color red. It deals with earth, as the element it corresponds to is earth. Parts of the body that correspond to the root chakra include feet, teeth, bones, skeleton, and I wrote the word root right there because the root chakra, so our feet and legs are all kind of root chakra parts of us, and they really root us to the earth itself. Like beyond earth being the element that's associated with the root chakra, this is where we connect to the planet. We connect through the root chakra. Sacral chakra is the second one up. It's right between your belly button and your groin. And this one deals with creativity, creation, and it is the emotional root. This corresponds to the Jing Danshin, if you've watched some of my other videos on charging Danshins. The Jing Danshin is separate from the sacral chakra, but they occupy space very close to each other. The color of the sacral chakra is orange. It deals with water and the kidneys, reproductive system, and the urinary system. The solar plexus chakra is the third chakra. It's located by the solar plexus and by the diaphragm. The element associated is fire. It's yellow. It deals with the adrenal glands, liver, pancreas, stress response system, and digestive system, and it deals with issues of self and identity. So, so I was actually trained as a singer, and I took voice lessons for many, many years, and only after I began studying all of this kind of material did I realize how much what you are taught in vocal work corresponds to chakra healing and everything like that. But to sing appropriately, your diaphragm plays a major role. And so in studying this, I found it very interesting that to sing loudly and clear, you need to engage the diaphragm area, which draws out energetically your identity, and then you have to use your lungs, obviously, with the heart chakra. So you're combining your identity with your heart, and then it all comes out with your throat, speaking your truth. As we combine all of those chakras and their strengths, that's the only way to have like a beautiful, clear voice that can project. If you want to project when you sing, it's a really great idea to get your chakras healed up and learn how to get them working together. If your chakras are blocked, then you might have trouble singing. But that is just a tangent because I just love singing. Okay, this is the heart chakra. This is the fourth chakra. Now these symbols that you see on the side, these are symbols that are associated with the chakras. They're not necessarily super duper important, but you can see them on Wikipedia if you want to. The fourth chakra is the central chakra. It's kind of the bridge between the lower chakras, which deal with issues of survival and identity and who am I, and reproduction, creation, creativity. Then you have this heart, and then up above you have your voice and your insights and your connection with God. And so you have kind of more body-centric chakras on the bottom, and then more like spirit and God-centered chakras on top, and the heart bridges both. So the color of the heart is green, but many people also associate it with pink. It is the seat of love and emotions, basically all the stuff that we talk about hearts, that all fits under the realm of the heart chakra. It corresponds to the heart, the lungs, the blood, and the circulatory system, the general heart area of your body, and its associated element is air. And the throat chakra is the fifth chakra, and it deals with your voice, speaking your truth, communication. It's the physical part of the body it deals with is the mouth, throat, voice box, thyroid, parathyroid, teeth, basically all of the parts of the body that are right in that throat area. And the element associated with it is called akasha, or ether, kind of like almost like pranic energy, this energy that permeates the air itself, but it's separate from air. And the color associated with it is blue. So as an energy healer, or as a person who goes and experiences energy work, if you were to scan somebody and you scanned their throat chakra, I very often find discolorations of the throat chakra. Either the throat chakra is very, very, very pale in color, which indicates that the person is not speaking their truth or not communicating appropriately because they are under communicating, or the color is very, very dark, and that indicates the opposite problem, which is that they don't stop talking and they are over communicating things that they really don't need to be doing. The third eye chakra is the sixth chakra, and it is located between the physical eyes. It is the seat of the pineal gland, spiritual sight, or quote unquote insight. I put it in quotes because I really want you to understand that when we talk about insight, like we know what insight means. It's like these kind of insightful thoughts that you have, but really you are looking within, in insight. The color is indigo, but sometimes it will also appear as yellow. And this is the fundamental, what might you call it? The fundamental paradox of the third eye chakra. It deals with logic versus intuition. So on the logical side, somebody who's very logical is going to have a very yellow third eye chakra, and someone who's very intuitive will have a very indigo third eye chakra. And I do have some work out about this on my website, about how to tell what type of third eye you have. Many people have different colors. Like if you have a circle in your third eye chakra, it means that you are, again, more intuitive. And if you have a triangle there instead, then you're more logical. You can see in this picture that there is the circle with a triangle within it. And so that is kind of a marriage of logic contained by intuition, and the whole thing is colored indigo. So logic is kind of the servant of intuition rather than the other way around, in the ideal third eye chakra. The third eye chakra corresponds to the eye, brain, pituitary gland, ear, nervous system. And this is the crown chakra. It's the seventh chakra, and it corresponds to the very top of your skull. It corresponds to your connection with God and the divine, the universe. It connects you to things that are larger than yourself. Its coloration is violet and white, and it corresponds to the pineal, pituitary, and nervous systems. Sorry, the pineal gland and the pituitary gland and the nervous systems. Okay, so there are other things that are good to know about chakras. There are inner and outer chakras. So it's kind of like one ball with another ball outside of it. And so you can have damage to either the inner or the outer chakra. There are membranes to the chakras. So you can have a chakra that looks intact, but the membrane might be torn or damaged in some way. So that's something good to check on. Chakras keep records of events, and each one keeps records according to its general focus, so the heart will store a lot of information relating to, say, past relationships. As the seat of the emotional core, the sacral chakra will store events relating to maybe like childhood, as you're like developing your creativity. How do other people handle that, and that sort of thing. The third chakra will keep records of identity-related trauma. One thing that I find very, very reliably is that if a woman's husband is a pornography addict and she knows about it, the telltale sign in her energetic system is there's going to be a rip in the sacral chakra. And it can be kind of specific. As an energy worker, if you work with that, you can practice, see which clients you have that have, betrayal trauma, and just take a look at their sacral chakras, and you will see how there is that telltale damage. And you can, use your skills to clean that all up. But anyways, all of the chakras hold records of different types of events, and some of them are very reliably similar. And so to the point where if you can discern chakras, then you can look at somebody's chakra system and just know immediately the things that have happened to them in their life. The chakras also kind of govern the body in a way. For example, so the crown chakra works with regulating the nervous system. So if your nervous system is having problems, then a good place to work on is going to be the crown chakra. And if you can get the crown chakra under control, then sometimes the nervous system will kind of snap back into it and be functional as well. So, and same thing, I mean, if you're having reproductive issues, then you're going to want to look at the sacral chakra. If you're having food issues, appetite issues, overweight issues, you're going to want to look at the root chakra, or maybe the heart chakra if it's like emotional eating. So all of these different chakras govern different aspects of our lives and our physical bodies. And so if you have a physical body problem, it can be worth it to see which chakra it corresponds to and do work for that chakra. In my own personal scholarship, I've discovered that there is a system for all of the chakras to kind of plug in along the spine. And I've never seen anyone else deal with that before. I kind of discovered it by accident, but essentially for most people, their chakras are just kind of floating in space in the general area where they are supposed to be. But ideally, there is a little plug that each chakra can kind of plug into energetically along the spine, and that holds them into place, stabilizes them, and makes them more functional. Most people seem to be missing those plugins because of trauma. Anytime that you do experience a trauma, it can cause a lot of damage to your energetic body in the form of fracturing things, tearing things, even sometimes they flee or become misaligned. So when I say that a chakra has fled due to trauma, what that means is that, say you experienced some kind of abuse or something, and your body just couldn't even handle it anymore, so it just kind of exploded out that part of yourself that was going to store the record of that, and it's just kind of floating around in space somewhere. And so that's a thing that can happen, and then you just have to call them back and heal them up so that they're willing to come back. Sometimes the body won't accept them back, but you just have to work together and make it work, and that's what you do. Now, all of this differs from person to person, and by that I mean that everybody's chakra system will be a little bit different. I think I wrote a little bit more about that on the next slide. I guess I didn't. So what I mean by this is that everybody's chakra profile is going to look very different. So for me, if you do have the use of your third eye, you're welcome to view my energy field, and you will see that my third eye chakra is just extremely enormous, and some of my other ones are pretty small in comparison. And so, I mean, that indicates, I just have a very large third eye and a very large capacity for intuitive work, which makes sense because I am a professional intuitive. And I became one because of this intuitive nature. But then you're going to find other people who might have a very large root chakra, but a very small heart chakra. That's often the case for addicts. They'll have a very enormous and very dysfunctional looking root chakra, but their heart chakra will either be gone or be very small and weak looking. Shakira has an enormous sacral chakra. I heard that song "Hips Don't Lie" came on my radio the other day. I don't like how that song makes me feel, but if you listen to it, it is a sacral chakra song. It's all about those hips, and it's all about that sacral chakra. And when you listen to it, you can kind of feel your sacral chakra just responding, I guess. But anyway, she has a huge sacral chakra, but she probably has a much smaller third eye chakra. So anyway, everybody is going to be a little bit different, and that's fine. I do feel that in the end, all of our chakras will be the same size. As we progress and become more and more enlightened, all of our chakras will expand in size, but they will all eventually be the same size. I don't know if that's true or not, but that just feels like it makes sense to me. But for now, everyone is different, and that's good. So I mentioned some of the problems chakras can have. They can be missing, they can be broken, ripped, torn, shattered, fragmented, split. You can have your chakra there, and it can seem like it's in good working order, but it can just be turned off. And they all kind of have like an on-off switch, and you just got to make sure they're all on. They can be clogged. and not spinning appropriately. Chakras are always supposed to be spinning. The inner chakra can spin in one direction and the outer chakra can spin in another direction, but they're always supposed to be spinning. And if they're not spinning, then you're going to have some problems. And when they are spinning, that's the good stuff, because as they spin, they can kind of, it's like when anything spins fast enough and stuff will like fly off of the object that's spinning. If your chakras are spinning, it makes it just that much easier to eject the energetic trauma that's being lodged in the chakra. So chakra clearing and balancing can be very helpful. It can help restore mental clarity, emotional stability, and physical health, because the chakras correspond to our physical body, our emotional health, and our mental states. All of our belief programs, maybe not all of them, but many of them are stored in the chakras. The chakras store many belief programs and emotions and physical health issues. So it can be good to just get a regular chakra checkup or learn how to do it yourself. And so there are things that you can do on your own to help balance and clear your own chakras. One way to do that is through color. So each of the chakras corresponds to a color of the rainbow. So one thing that you can do is notice if you feel like maybe your heart needs a little bit more support, then go out of your way to wear some green, carry a green stone, eat some green food, all of that kind of thing. That's an easy way to support your chakras that need some support, is just to emphasize the color corresponding with that chakra into your life. So that is my basic introduction to chakras. I'm planning to release a chakra clearing very soon. And so if you're interested in a chakra clearing, please go ahead and visit my website. Contact me directly. I would love to work on it with you. And I think that would be very fun. And I think it would really help you a lot. I really... Man, guys, 10 years ago, I thought chakras were just like, I don't know, if somebody said the word chakra, I'd think they were crazy. But now here I am telling you all about how important chakras are, which just goes to show how much people can change over time. But my experiences have shown me that chakra work can be extremely powerful. And I'm so excited to share this information with you. I hope it has blessed your life. And if it has blessed your life, please go ahead and leave a comment. And I hope that you have a really great day.